Hello and welcome. This is Anita from Yoga on the Road. So today's practice is really about attuning your sensory system back into the world around you. So more and more as a race, we've developed this real disconnect from ourselves, from our surrounds and from our environment. What seems to be happening is that we're living vicariously through the lives of those around us because we're feeling like their experiences are greater than ours. Their experiences are more adventurous than ours. They are better than us. So we've really become this society of people wishing to be someone else, really. So this practice, it's a very gentle practice, is intended to really bring you back to getting to know and understand who you are. So it's really an opportunity to understand that reclaiming yourself as being worthy is such a terrific investment in yourself. So there are a number of ways that we can move through this practice, or you can move through this practice. It's meant as a relaxation or guided meditation practice. So as you can see, I've got a couple of props set up. I've got a chair if you're more comfortable to practice your practice here. So for the chair, we really want to promote an upright spine. So as much as you can, place your seat right on the edge of the seat and you'll position your feet just below your knees, and that will help to encourage a long spine throughout the practice. So that's option number one. Option number two is if you're comfortable in a seated position on the floor, then just grab a blanket or a couple of pillows so that you are able to prop your hips up. So the knees are slightly level with the hips or slightly lower. This variation, if you know your knees crossed, is going to create some fidgets or discomforts, then you can extend your legs out in front of you as well. And the last option, which is a bit of a luxury option, is just setting yourself up with a couple of blocks and a blanket on top. It takes a little bit of shuffling to get into the position, but just kind of rolling over, settling your legs on the blocks and laying down. So I'll give you a moment just to set up your most comfortable space. And I'm going to guide you through this relaxation or meditation. As you move into your space, take a moment to scan your body. Notice what physical attributes your attention sits on. This practice of scanning is really an invitation just to notice and not to judge what you're noticing. As you scan, I want you to allow yourself to commit to stillness for the next 5 or so minutes of this practice. And allow yourself the journey into this process of deep relaxation. For this practice, I'd like to invite you to choose a mindset or an anchor point that you might be able to focus on or set an intention for. That could be something like a short verse that gives you comfort or brings you clarity. It could be an image of something that you find serene or peaceful. Or it could simply be a mantra that evokes some sort of positive affirmation that you're wishing to move towards. That could be as simple as something like, I am worthy and deserve this time for myself. This love for myself, this happiness for myself, this peace for myself. Or it could be something totally different. So have a feeling of connecting with whatever that process is you wish to move through. And if it's something like a mantra or a short verse, repeat it to yourself silently 3 times. Become very clear about which direction you want to take this meditation for yourself. Now I want you to bring your awareness or experience of the movement of the air around you. On your next in-breath, have a feeling of that air around you entering your space, your body space. Then on each of your out-breaths, experience that air leaving your body back into the room around you. As much as you can, allow this process of breathing to be as natural as you can. We're not striving for it to be anything other than the breath moving in and your breath moving out. Noticing how your breath enters your body. Noticing how your breath leaves your body. Notice what it feels like for that air to take up space within your body. Are you comfortable with the space that you take up within the room and out there within the world? And each exhale, allow yourself the experience of totally letting go. That could be letting go of outcomes, could be letting go of tensions. Keep your awareness focused internally. And I want you to feel after the next exhale what it feels like in your body to be totally void of air. Just allow yourself a couple of seconds to sit in that stillness after the end of your next exhale. And notice what it feels like for your body not to have any air there in the moment. And then as you naturally feel the inclination to breathe in again, have an experience of feeling what it feels like for the breath to fill all those cavities from the belly through to the ribs up into your chest. And notice how this differs from your experience of your exhale. Really tune in. Now let's move your experience to your external world. So start to tune in to the sounds around you. What is it that you hear? Think about the space that you're practicing in. What is the next sound you hear within that space? Is it my voice? Is it your breath? Is it another movement? And then take that a little deeper now and notice the next sound you hear, maybe outside the space that you're in. What's the next sound? Continue on that process just for a couple more moments. And then can you increase your attunement or awareness of what you hear to hear as far away as you can possibly hear? What is that sound? Can you hear the sound of your mantra or your anchor you created? Speaking back to you clearly. Can you remind yourself of the intention that you set for this practice for yourself? And then ever so gently start to return your awareness back to the present moment, the space where your body is seated or is laying. Take time with yourself. You might start to slowly increase your breath. You might notice once again the expansion of your rib cage and your abdomen with your breath and the settling back of that natural process. And if you feel to stay a little longer to absorb the effect of just taking time to attune to your own senses and your own inner world and experience, then please, the invitation to stay here and soak that up is always there. Otherwise, gently add some small movement to your fingers, to your toes. Feel the impression that this practice has left within you. Move out into your day, into your world, knowing that you are just as worthy. Your experiences are worthy. You're taking time for yourself, to understand yourself and to reconnect with yourself is such a worthy and vital investment. So thank you for joining me. Take time to be kind and gentle with yourself always, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.